architecture clearly became the invisible language, not just for Stalin, but for many, many cultures and architects down through history. Vishkati now is the name that Stalin has given the master plan of these skyscrapers. It's called the Seven Sisters. So here's Stalin's grand design. You can see Moscow State University beaming right through the U-shape of the Moscow River. In 1935, a dozen years before the first skyscrapers created, Stalin creates Moscow's first metro line. And what's interesting about it is he chooses the location of the present Moscow State University. And back then, it was barren. Moscow State University didn't exist yet. Stalin commissioned the first metro line to mirror the midwinter sunset line, a known phenomena that lasts for 3 days. It resurrects. Stalin added a circular line that goes right around Red Square in this particular spot because it was empowered with symbolic energy, as we will see. He creates the Red Army Theater in the shape of a pentagram right on top of that circle. And how interesting is that? But yet it's an ancient symbol from Mesopotamia and the time of the Tower of Babel. And how fitting that Stalin would want to draw upon that image to make his own Tower of Babel. Only 7 were destined to exist within the circle, and this framework represents the Garden of Immortality. And remember, the name of the primary ring around the city is called the Garden Ring. 7 skyscrapers within it and a 5-pointed star on top of it. King Atlas of Atlantis fame had 7 daughters. So in this context, it is not inconceivable that Stalin was attempting to capture the legacy of Atlantis. All of the skyscrapers in particular are located on an energy line, a ley line. So Moscow State University, that's the first one, right? That's where the first metro line goes from there right through the U-shape of the Moscow River into Red Square. The second one, he razed to the ground the most sacred heritage district that had all sorts of cherished history. And as if that wasn't bad enough, he demolishes the most sacred cathedral in all of Moscow. And then we have this amazing skyscraper built on a spot where Stalin had ordered the rivers to change direction. They have to be in that exact spot. Hotel Ukraina. It had to be placed in a precise location near the Moscow River. There was lots of other locations, but it had to be exactly here. Then the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and then the Leningradska Hotel, and still another. This one was designed for KGB officers who could spy in the nearby U.S. Embassy. And finally, the Red Gate building. This is a site was known to move as the frozen soil thawed, so they had to build it at a tilt. And I guess Stalin's no different from others, right? I mean, reaching for the sky, leave your mark with an edifice that goes towards the sun, better, higher, more brilliant than any others. And if we look at the Tower of Babel, I mean, that was the tallest thing on the planet until the Great Pyramid. And this is where it gets really strange. Stalin's 50th birthday. You think it would be a normal celebration, right? But no, Stalin changed the day of his birthday, moving it forward in time 1 year and 3 days from the 18th of December to the winter solstice on the 21st of December without any explanation. So his ultimate goal is by establishing himself as the sun, Stalin was symbolically enacting his own resurrection. Stalin considered himself to be the sun.